History is an American basic cable and satellite television channel that is owned by A&amp networks, a joint venture between the Hearst Corporation and the Disney ABC television group division of the Walt Disney Company. The channel originally broadcast documentary programs and historical fiction series. It has mostly broadcast various reality television series such as Porn Stars, X-Men, and other non-history-related content. The network is criticized by many scientists, historians, and skeptics for broadcasting pseudo-documentaries, unsubstantiated and sensational investigative programming, such as Ancient Aliens, UFO Hunters, Brad Meltzer's Decoded, and the Nostradamus Effect. As of February 2015, approximately 96,149,000 American households receive history. International localized versions of history are available in various forms in India, Canada, Europe, Australia, Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. The first European version was launched in Scandinavia in 1997 by Viasat, which now operates their own channel, Viasat History was launched on January 1, 1995 as the History Channel. Its original format focused entirely on historical series and specials. On February 16, 2008, a new logo was launched on the U.S. network as part of a rebranding effort. While the trademark H was kept, the triangle shape on the left acts as a play button for animation and flyouts during commercials and shows. On March 20, 2008, as part of that same rebranding effort, the History Channel dropped the "and" channel from its name to become simply History. On June 1, 2015, the History logo was slightly updated, completely removing the triangle shape on the left. Programming on history has covered a wide range of historical periods and topics. While similar themed topics are often organized into themed weeks or daily marathons, subjects include warfare, inventions, aviation, mechanical and civil engineering, technology, mythical creatures, monsters, UFO, conspiracy theories, aliens, religious beliefs, disaster scenarios, apocalyptic afterman scenarios, doomsday, and 2012 superstitions. Programming also includes mainstream reality television-style shows involving truck drivers, alligator hunters, porn stores, antique and collectible pickers, car restorers, photography, and others. Occasionally some programs compare contemporary culture and technology with that of the past. On March 3, 2013, History Channel premiered its first original series, Vikings. Criticism and evaluation. History has during the 1990s been jokingly referred to as the Hitler Channel for its extensive coverage of World War II. Much of its military-themed programming has been shifted to its sister network Military History. The network has also been criticized for having a bias towards U.S. history. Another former sister network, History International, more extensively covered history outside the U.S. until in 2011 it was rebranded as History 2 and started broadcasting more material that had to do with U.S. history. The network was also criticized by Stanley Kuttner for airing the series The Men Who Killed Kennedy in 2003. Kuttner was one of 3 historians commissioned to review the documentary, which the channel disavowed and never aired again. Programs such as Modern Marvels have been praised for the presentation of detailed information in an entertaining format. Some of the network's series, including Ice Road Truckers, X-Men, and Porn Stars, garnered ratings in the U.S. while receiving criticism over the series' non-historical nature. Forbes.com contributor Brad Lockwood criticized the History Channel's edition of programs devoted to monsters, aliens and conspiracies, and wrote that ratings trends have influenced the network to focus on entertainment rather than actual historical programming. U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley is a critic of the channel and its lack of historical or educational programming, showing particular disdain for Axemen and porn stars. In his book 2012, It's Not the End of the World, Peter Lemaitre describes the channel's Nostradamus series, in which he was invited to participate, as largely fiction and lurid nonsense. Quote, he also lists numerous suggestions made in its films on the alleged Mayan end of the world, and the rare galactic alignment that was supposed by John Major Jenkins to accompany it in 2012, while Jenkins himself has described Decoding the Past as 45 minutes of unabashed doomsday hype and the worst kind of inane sensationalism. In December 2011, PolitiFact gave the History Channel's claim that the United States Congress stayed open on Christmas Day for most of its first 67 years of existence a pants on fire rating, the lowest of its ratings, noting that its own research showed that both the Senate and the House had only convened once in those 67 years on a Christmas Day, and adding that, since there's a 1/7 chance of Christmas falling on a Sunday, the claim that they would have convened almost every Christmas is ridiculous. The claim had first been broadcast on the History Channel program Christmas Unwrapped, the history of Christmas, before being subsequently picked up by the American Civil Liberties Union's website on the origins of Christmas, and by the Comedy Central series The Daily Show. Daily Show host Jon Stewart responded the next day by stating it was the fault for trusting the History Channel, and satirized a clip from the History Channel about UFOs and Nazis by stating, "The next thing you know we'll all find out the Nazis did not employ alien technology in their quest for world domination." The History Channel was also singled out for ridicule by Smithsonian Magazine. The article took issue with the show Ancient Aliens for postulating the idea that aliens caused the extinction of non-avian dinosaurs. The online magazine Cracked also lampooned the channel for its strange definition of history. Cracked singled out programs on UFO hunters and ancient aliens as being the very definition of non-history. Other media. DVD: The Unknown Hitler DVD collection, including Hitler and the Occult. Dogfight Season 1 DVD set. The Great Depression DVD collection. The Making of Trump 2015 DVD. Video serials Legend of the Superstition Mountains 6 episodes in 2015. The History Channel. Great Battles of Rome. The History Channel. Civil War, A Nation Divided. The History Channel. Shootout, The Game. The History Channel. Dogfights, The Game. The History Channel. Battle for the Pacific. History Civil War, Secret Missions. The History Channel. Lost Worlds. The History Channel. Battle of Britain 1940. The History Channel. Crusades, Quest for Power. The History Channel. Alamo, Fight for Independence. The History Channel. Civil War, Great Battles. The History Channel. Digging for Truth. The History Channel. Great Battles Medieval. The History Channel. Civil War, The Battle of Bull Run, Take Command, 1861. The History Channel. American Civil War, Take Command, Second Manassas. International. North America, Canada. The History Channel was not initially related to a similar Canadian service, History Television, which launched in 1999. During the Canadian channel's first several years of operation, despite sharing a similar programming focus, the channels would rarely if ever share programming. Indeed, the phrase "not available in Canada" became a de facto slogan for the U.S. channel in its early years as a result of its use in promotional ads on American channels that were imported to Canadian pay television providers, particularly A&amp. As late as the late 2000s, flagship history series were slow to reach Canadian viewers. Ice Road Truckers debuted in 2007, but did not join the history television schedule until early 2009. However, the relationship between the two has improved since then. On May 30, 2012, History Television's current owner Shaw Media announced that it would rebrand the channel as a Canadian version of History in the fall of 2012. Through a licensing agreement with A+E Networks, History Television relaunched as History on August 12, 2012. Shortly thereafter, another Shaw-owned specialty channel was relaunched as a Canadian version of H2. On October 21, 2014, Chorus Entertainment reached an agreement to acquire Canadian French-language rights to history programming for its own channel, Historia. On March 9, 2015, the network was relaunched under History's logo and branding, although the network still carries the Historia name. Historia was previously owned as a joint venture between Shaw and Astral Media, which made it a sister to History. Chorus purchased the network in 2013. On April 1, 2016, Chorus Entertainment acquired Shaw Media and as a result, now co-owns both History Canada and the Canadian English-language rights to the History Library of original programming with Historia and the Canadian French-language rights to the History Library of original programming. Europe, UK and Ireland. The British version launched in November 1995 and arrived in Ireland on November 1, 1999. It is a joint venture between A+E Networks and British Sky Broadcasting. Germany. The German version launched on November 14, 2004 and is operated by the History Channel Germany GmbH and A&amp Co. KG, a joint venture between A+E Networks and NBC Universal Global Networks Germany, Spain and Portugal. The History Channel is available in Spain and Portugal though cable, satellite and IPTV platforms, as well as streaming media. The History Channel Iberia is a joint venture between A+E Networks and AMC Networks International Iberia. Benelux. The Dutch version has launched on May 1, 2007. This version is distributed by Cello Benelux. In January 2008, History HD was launched in the Netherlands. It is available on cable providers UPC Netherlands, Telenet and Ziggo. It is also available on IPTV service KPN, Poland. A Polish version was launched on April 9, 2008. It is available on cable providers Asta, Dialog, Toya, and UPC Polska and also through satellite television and an SD version on Cyfra Plus since November 2, 2009. Scandinavia. A Scandinavian version was first launched in September 1997, broadcasting for 3 and later 4 hours a day on the analog Viasat platform, initially time-sharing with TV 1000 Cinema. It was later moved to the Swedish TV8 channel and continued broadcasting there until November 2004, when History Channel announced their own 24-hour pan-European channel. Viasat launched their own history-oriented channel, Viasat History, in the Nordic region, however with no original programming. On February 1, 2007, the History Channel returned to Sweden and also Denmark, Norway, Finland when the pan-European version was launched as a standalone channel on the Canal Digital satellite platform and later through cable operator Com Hem. In 2008, History was also launched as an HD channel. The History Channel launched on February 1, 2007, on the Canal Digital DTH satellite package for viewers in Norway, Sweden, Denmark and Finland. The channel is being launched by the History Channel UK, A&amp's joint venture with BSkyB. Although it broadcasts in English with local subtitles, the channel is scheduled separately from the UK version. Asia. The History Channel started its operations in India in late 2003 with 21st Century Fox's Star TV as its sales partner, managed by National Geographic until November 21, 2008. The History Channel India closed down on November 21, 2008. In 2011, History was granted permission to relaunch services in India. A joint venture of A&amp Networks and TV18 relaunched History TV18 in India in 8 languages in 2014. A joint venture of ATN and Astro All Asia Networks launched the History Channel in Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam and Brunei in the second and third quarters of 2007 and in Taiwan and China by the end of the year. Some other Asian countries, such as Kuwait, Israel and Japan, have their own versions of the network. On September 1, 2008, History Channel Asia was officially launched in Singapore and Hong Kong, followed by South Korea and the Philippines. Latin America. The Latin American version was launched in 2001. It is owned by A&amp and controlled in the region by HBO Latin America Group. It airs U.S. programming, translated to Spanish or Portuguese or in English with Spanish or Portuguese subtitles. Also, it develops some Latin American programming in Spanish. Africa. South Africa. The History Channel is part of the DSTV satellite TV package provided by MultiChoice.